Hey friends, Wildly of Wild Fempire here with your emotional and energetic reading for the month of February. I'm going to remind you this every month. This year, 2024, is encapsulated in the card of strength. And so what this means is that this year is all about really finding our own brand of balance and flexibility. It is a year where we are collectively stepping into sovereignty in a new and different way. And so it's going to pose challenges. It's going to have its challenges. It's going to have its tough spots for each of us as individuals, as well as the whole of us collectively. So that's just the backbone. That's just the base of what we're moving through here. And I just want to affirm that things have been kind of challenging. The energy is really hard. There's so much confusion going around in the air. There's so much suffering. I so hear you and honor that and feel it in my own animal body. And I also can feel through the portal on the other side of that, better things for all of us if we can learn how to find this level of strength inside of ourselves, this level of resilience where we're marrying balance and flexibility. And so as we step into this month of February, that reminder feels very alive. We're stepping into this month with the Seven of Pentacles. And I'm thinking about this because I'm bringing you here into my home. This is my kitchen dining room. And that's what the element of Pentacles is all about, what the suit of Pentacles is all about. It's the element of earth. It's groundedness, it's safety, it's security, it's home, finances, the things that really root us in being in these animal bodies, in being human together. And this particular seven, even though seven is one of the chaos numbers, we've talked about this many times in the last couple of years, this one is a more grounded chaos. It's the chaos of creativity and inspiration. So that's the phrase that I really like to link with this card, the Seven of Pentacles, is grounded inspiration. And this is the theme for February. So as we are stepping into this invitation of 2024 to be in our strength, now in this month, we are stepping into, okay, how do we find that strength? How do we find that balance and flexibility through this lens of the Pentacles? So I'm hearing it as a deep, deep invitation to put focus into how we regulate our own animal bodies and how much awareness we have around the regulation of those around us. Not that we are ever in full ownership of another's regulation, but the more in depth and in tune we get with our own self-intimacy, the more we understand and know how to regulate ourselves, how to notice when we are going into a response that is not wholly honest with what is happening in the moment, but is in fact related to something from our past that has not yet found a good place in our psyche. The more we can begin to recognize when those moments are happening for those around us. This is the concept of attunement, where we not only learn how to be intimate or attuned to ourselves and what we need, mind, body, heart, and soul, but then we can begin to expand that level of awareness out beyond our own skin to see those that are closest to us and begin to do a better job of holding space when we recognize that someone else might be in one of those triggered responses. This is compassion, right? This is how we really show up in relationships, from a staccato heart of love, where we know ourselves and we're holding our holy boundaries, and we're holding one another accountable with gentleness and kindness. And also beginning to have the ability to use our communication skills to talk about what we're feeling, what we're sensing, what we're seeing, what we know, so that our relationships can get better, so that our work relationships can get better, so that our romantic relationships can get better, so that we become better parents and better lovers and better friends. And in this way, we have a huge impact on our communities. And then our communities can have a huge impact on our states and on our country, and our country can have a different impact on the world. It's like microcosm to macrocosm, but it all begins right here first, right? So how do we use the energy of February, this Seven of Pentacles, to begin finding our own intimacy mastery in learning how to regulate our own bodies, in learning how to even catch that first red flag of, oh, my brain has flipped from being able to have an intimate and balanced conversation to now I am being deluged with adrenaline and cortisol. And I am no longer able to speak from an authentic place where I am not going to regret what comes out of my mouth. Right? That's the very, very, very first step. So if you are very new to doing any kind of healing work, if you're very new to self-intimacy, this is the very, very first step, is learning how to recognize when you have flipped the switch between being present and now dividing your energy between this version of you and some past version of you that has experienced a wound that has not yet healed, right? So this is our homework. This is our soul work. This is our invitation for the month of February. This idea of grounded inspiration. And I love that it's connected here with inspiration and creativity, because this gives me permission, and I am offering this permission to you, to allow this process to be fun. Allow this process to be joyful. There is so much heaviness in the world, and I can relate, I can feel it, I can sense it, and yet what I know is that joy is the antidote. Joy is what convinces people to make shifts. It's not shame, it's not guilt, it's not judgment, it's not pressure. Those will create some sort of movement, but it's not the kind of movement that people can really get behind and commit to lifelong. It is joy, it is lightness, it is connection that truly inspires a heart to become a version of their higher self, right? So I'm gonna ask you, and I would love for you to tell me in the comments below, how can you invite more grounded inspiration into your life? When is the last time you did something with your hands? When is the last time you used your creativity? Are you aware of when you become out of balance and are not able to stay in that middle road grounded place? And what is your strategy or skill set for moving out of that place so that you can come back into alignment with yourself and really support the relationships that you are committed to? Yeah, those are the journal questions for this month. And now we have a really lovely month full of cards. So when we begin with the next Monday here, Monday the 5th, we have the Magician. This is the card of creativity. It's the card of thinking outside of the box and really allowing ourselves to take in all of the elements, earth, air, fire, water, and ether, and gain inspiration from them. So this first week of February, you are really going to want to open to any ways in which creativity comes to you, whether it comes through the body, the heart, the mind, the breath, from nature, from relationships. Just open your idea of what creativity actually means. Often we have a very narrow definition that creativity is only reserved for artists, and only artists that the world has decided are valuable or worthwhile. And I call bullshit on that. We are all divine creatives. We are all here to allow the muse to move through us. Even if we don't make or think or create things that are like mind-shatteringly profound, or here to change the world, or making a whole brand new type of art, that doesn't matter. This is creativity for our own pleasure and evolution. It's creativity for us. It is beginning to learn and know ourselves from this use of creativity in a way that is inspired and wholly new. It doesn't fucking matter if anyone else likes it or approves of it or gives us their permission. This is between you and you. So really allow this first 10 days really of February to be this opportunity for you to explore what creativity means for you. And within this first 10 days, we also have the dark moon happening on the 9th into the 10th, which is encapsulated with the card of the sun, which I love here. I love this juxtaposition that we have a dark moon, but the card is the sun, the brightest of the cards. It's an opportunity as we go through this 10-day period of investigating creativity. It is a period to plant the seeds of what we wish to create for the remainder of this lunar year, and really give it some light, really give it some space. Like, we're not just building some little teeny tiny thing. What does it feel like to create that vision board for what you want to explore and experience in this next year? Because on that same dark moon is also the Chinese New Year, where we step into the archetype of the wood dragon. So this is also a really grounded element, but dragon, such a fierce and feisty archetype to be working with. It represents movement, passion, luck, change, growth, and like ferocity. I happen to be a fire dragon myself. So I'm really vibing with this experience that's coming in for us. And I see it as this grand universal permission slip for all of us to think a little bit bigger. We've kind of been sold some stories in these last few years, and really, as far as I'm concerned, my entire lifetime, we've been sold some stories around where humanity is going, what we're capable of doing, all of the despair and doom and gloom. And yes, that is a potential. That is a potential if we stay on this path. But what if? What if we start thinking outside of the box? What if we start asking, why not? Why not use our creativity to come up with some new and different solutions? We certainly have had a good job coming up with enough problems. I'm sure we can make some solutions if we actually decided that was the priority. It just feels really juicy, feels really deep. And if you're local, I would love to invite you on February 10th to a play shop I'm holding here called Moonthly, where we are going to be playing with this idea of calling in our desires, mind, body, heart, and soul. There are details in my bio. Please do check them out. I would love to have you there and playing in the juice of this particular day. So, yes. Then we go into the second week with Moon Day, February 12th, and that week is encapsulated with the 10 of Wands. Now, the 10 of Wands, this is a card of completion with the mind. that second week, we're really going to be focusing on how do I let go of any mental narratives and any mental stories that I have around this idea of creativity, around this idea of grounded inspiration. We're going to just really focus on closing up those stories and letting them come to a good end. Sorry, I had to cut the video off there for technical reasons. So, the second week, February 12th, we've got that 10 of Wands. We're working on closing out mindsets. So really working on our mindset shifts. Excellent time to bring in a new meditation practice, a new journaling practice, anything that really allows you to clear the mind at a deeper level. Third week, beginning with Moon Day, February 19th, we have the 8 of Pentacles. So we're now coming back to this theme of Pentacles. We've moved through the Magician energy, where we're just allowing creativity to spark in our bodies. Stepped into the 10 of Wands, where we're doing our little dance with the mind that's going to want to control us around our creativity. It's going to want to keep us small, keep us safe, and we're going to say, no, thank you. I'm here to shine. I'm here to actually show myself, right? And then we step into the 8 of Pentacles. So we're moving into a more grounded, more stable expression of the Pentacles. We've been learning throughout the month of February how to have this grounded inspiration, how to regulate our bodies, how to become in deeper relationship with the mind space. And now we step into the 8. We're in this space of just balance. We're in this space of balance, and this is going to feel like a really, really good week, beginning with February 19th. It's going to feel calm. It's going to feel delightful. It's an opportunity to rest during this process. Then we step into the full moon on the 24th, and we have the 6 of Cups, which is why we've been given this time to rest, because then the emotional body is going to come into play here. Whatever we've kicked up while engaging in our creativity, it's going to inevitably have an emotional response. Whenever, I can speak for myself, whenever I dive into my creativity and I'm making an altar, or I'm making a collage, or I'm making a mosaic, I can feel the energy moving through me, and I don't necessarily know what's happening or what's the outcome's going to be, but I know that it's going to tell me a story if I take the time to listen and watch the process unfold. And that's what this full moon is all about. It's shining a light on the process of the seeds that we planted at dark moon on the 9th. And there are going to be some feelings from the past. This could be feelings of betrayal for the ways that you've not used your creativity in your life thus far. This could be feelings around really feeling pride and devotion to the art that moved through your channel, or the creative endeavor that came through. Maybe you want to hold an event. Maybe you want to hold a song circle. We are dynamic human animals who are meant to be creative. This is how, in a great part, we move emotional energy. So it's really, really important that we give ourselves that space and that time to do so. So this full moon is going to be emotional, and that's so, so delicious. It's so, so great. Because then it leads us right into the final moon day of February, February 28th. That week is defined by the 7 of Swords. So we've built this whole month of February around the 7 of Pentacles, and we're completing it with the 7 of Swords. The swords are the suit of taking action, of really applying our passion to the literal physical things and choices that we make and the things that we do. So that week is going to be really defined by taking everything that we've learned over the course of this month and allowing it to direct our choices. really allowing our creativity to have an impact on how we choose to live our lives. I'm excited. I am fucking excited. I think this is going to be a great month. I think it's going to be an amazing opportunity for a lot of people to take quantum shifts in their own soul evolution if they choose to jump on board and say yes. Say yes to this energy. Say yes to what is moving through all of us collectively. Allow yourself to feel your feelings. Start really attuning to when you are dysregulated. Open yourself to the possibility that you can become a master of the people around you. And I mean that by like getting so curious about the people that you love that you start to notice when they are becoming dysregulated so that you can support being in a good, conscientious relationship. Not one where we're hyper vigilant or we're trying to fix the people around us, but literally choosing to be in these intimate, committed relationships where we're here for each other, where we're here to get intimate, to hold ourselves and each other accountable, to be our best selves, and to love each other through the mess that is being a human. I think it's a great month. I'm really excited for all of us. Thank you so much for taking in this video in multiple parts. I gotta learn how to talk less and get clearer about what I'm doing, because these social media places, they just do not support people who have to actually speak to get to where they're trying to go. I'm learning. Thank you for being here and learning with me. I love you all so much. If you are in the area, please do consider coming to Moonifest. It's going to be really juicy and fun, and I would love to share my magic and my medicine with you as we cultivate some joy and some excitement together. And then in March, if you are an entrepreneur, I would love to invite you to hop on the wait list. I am going to be unveiling the Golden Dragon Mystery Mind, which is a business accelerator. It's for those of you out there who are doing good work, but you're feeling the weight and the heaviness of the world, and you'd like to be in good company and learn how to turn that procrastination and pain into pleasure and into movement forward in your business. It's something that I'm really good at, and I would love to share it with you. So hop on that wait list. If you live near me, come hang out with me for a play shop. It's going to be a great day. I love you all. Take good care of yourselves, and I'll tune in with you again soon. Bye for now.